Hi, this is Kerry Artak with Wicked Stocks, bringing you the daily Apple report for Thursday, September 21st, 2023. Before I click through all the charts, just want to encourage you to please click like if you haven't already and subscribe to the Wicked Stocks YouTube channel. Share the content, if you would, with friends and colleagues, and check out wickedstocks.com, where we offer a full suite of both daily and weekly analytical videos, just like the Apple report, daily analysis in the SPY and the Triple Q, that is the S&P 500 and NASDAQ 100 ETFs, weekly analysis in the S&P 500 index, the NASDAQ 100 index, also weekly analysis in the long bond ETF, that is the TLT, as well as two individual stock picks every week that you never see on YouTube that cater to the 3 to 5 week out to the 3 to 5 month swing traders, always looking for 20% moves on those stock picks. Just this week alone, we put out a stock pick on FedEx. We're doing another one on Thursday. You can see all of that at no cost for 5 full days. If you sign up for wickedstocks.com, you're offered a 5-day free trial up front. And if you don't like what you see after 5 days, you can bow out, cancel your subscription at no cost to you whatsoever. So on with Thursday's Apple report. Just a reminder that we had a long-term buy signal back in May above the 167.99 channel top. That still remains in effect. We may see 167.99 over the next several weeks, and if so, I consider it able to contain selling not only through the rest of the year, but possibly through all of next year, as I would anticipate the market coming off of this and rotating up again to new highs and beyond in the months to follow, ultimately anticipating 227.19 by some point next year, possibly sooner than later. That sooner begins to emerge with a settlement today above 180.36, a level that looks to be out of reach. In fact, I'll jump into the day itself right now. 177.13 above the market, nothing more than Wednesday's low, and that is the high area for the last week and a half. So that has soft pivot point qualities, below which 171.96 wouldn't surprise me today, given the sell-off that occurred, on Wednesday. 171.96, nothing more than the move low from August. We could double bottom there for the day. And if we close below 171.96, then this area of long-term support between 167.99 and 165.49 becomes a 3 to 5 day target, 2 weeks at the very most. So yes, if we close below 171.86, the low here from August, you can see how by the end of next week or sooner, we could test that 167.99 long-term channel bottom on the weekly chart. And that is part of a range of support down to 165.49, this area widening gradually, nonetheless able to absorb selling through the rest of the year. And I'll just leave it at that. To the downside, 171.96 is in reach today below 177.13. I'm not going to say it's expected, but all the minor points on the way down have been carefully chosen. 174.03, 175 even, 173.54, well suited for aggressive day traders. Now, if we push or open today above 177.13, then we may well reach 180.36 today. 180.36 is able to contain buying, I'm going to say through next week. This is a nearly 2-week channel structure now, and below which, holding below 180.36, will keep the upper 160s in reach over the next 2 to 3 weeks. So keep that in mind. We do need a settlement above 180.36 to indicate a good September low. But until then, selling pressures can continue to build. And over the next 2 to 3 weeks, we can fall into this 165.49 to 167.99 long-term support region. And once again, if we close today below 171.96, we should see this area by the end of next week. So 180.36 is our pivot point into October, below which 2 to 3 week target in the 167.99 to 165.49 region. Now, I don't know if we're going to see that. Yes, it is an objective, but because of the longer term buy signal that did emerge in May, we can fall short of 167.99. So keep that in mind. But I'll go back to, this image here. If we were to close today above 180.36, and we could, although I think if we were to rally, into later week, it would be a Friday settlement below 180.36. I don't see the market doing that today. But if we push or open today above 177.13, you should allow for 180.36 by the closing bell, where once again we can top out through next week. And yet, if we close above it, we have a good September low. The next 2 to 3 weeks then likely to yield that 191.09 channel top, where by that point in time we could top out through October and fall off again. And finally, it would be a settlement in the weeks ahead above 191.09 that would tell me we have a good low through the rest of the year, and we should then over the following 2 to 3 months rally our way to new all-time highs. 210.97 formation expected within 2 to 3 months of closing above 191.01. 191.09, sorry. So, I can touch upon, options trading, holding below 180.36, testing 180.36. If you're a short-term options trader, where you're trading 1 week expirations, you may consider reaching for 172 out of the money puts. If you're more of a 2 to 3 week swing trader and we happen to test 180.36, you may reach for 165 or 168 out of the money puts that don't expire for at least, I'd go a couple of months out on that. It's a 2 to 3 week time horizon. So that is that to the downside. If we close above 180.36, I don't see that today, but it may happen over the next few days. Then I think you can reach for 191 out of the money calls that don't expire for at least a month. I might go out 6 weeks on that with the expiration. In terms of reaching for higher strikes, I'm not comfortable reaching, for higher strikes unless we close above 191.09. And once again, that's not going to happen today. But if over the next month we do, that would be the opportunity to reach for 210 or 230 out of the money calls. And where there again, I say 230 because of this long-term channel top that don't expire for months to come. You know what? I think I've said all there is to be said for today. I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to leave it at that for Thursday's Apple Report. Please click like, share, subscribe, and check out wickedstocks.com. I'll be back tomorrow with Friday's Apple. You have a great day.